Hunt him down. Hunt him down. Hunt him down. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. I was like, oh man. The Running Man 2025. Actual remake of the classic Arnold Schwarzenegger movie that came out almost 40 years ago. Now, The Running Man wasn't a good movie in 1985. It was a cult classic. We were very entertained with the idea of a TV show and people hunting guys down. You had the guy from Family Feud, Richard Dawson, as Killian. And this is based off a novel. And what we didn't know as kids, we didn't read the novelization. This film was clearly not a nod to, but a clear representation of what the novel was. Glenn Powell stars as a family man. Total twist from the last film. Okay, he stars off as a family man whose mission, by the way, is to take care of his sick daughter. She might not make it another 24 hours unless he gets medicine. He doesn't have enough money for the medicine. So he decides it would be in his best interest if he was to move forward with everything. And when I mean move forward, I mean move forward. You see, there were other television shows besides The Running Man, and I like that. They had a variety of choices. Like, no one wanted to choose The Running Man, but you go in there and you end up auditioning for basically shows. And you get picked to land where you want to land or where they feel you should land or what shows you'd be good for. Now, where this film runs into the entertainment, the first two acts I felt was good, of creating an identity of we're going to be different. We're going to make a different film that's our own. And some of the direction and execution was there. For the first two acts, I felt a little feel of the old Edgar, Wright, but there are some scenes that kind of had me drawn back, you know. And when we do the spoiler reviews, then maybe, you know, people will see it and understand it. But this is why we do these reviews the way we do, because we're trying to get people just want to know. They don't want the movie spoiled for them. They just want to know, is it good enough to go out and watch? And yes, the film is good enough to go out and watch. It's entertaining, and I don't think you're going to miss out on too much. The third act I had a problem with. I think they just didn't know how to really bring this to a conclusion. While everyone was enjoying themselves and having their moments, you know, things just was happening out of the blue. That would never happen pretty much in a situation such as that. Now, the side characters. Now, remember, you can't help but make comparisons to the theatrical that came out almost 40 years ago. Now, in that film, his two best friends, who were supposed to be his best friends, they weren't really his best friends. Or he had escaped from a prison in the original film. And here he just worked for a bad corporation in which he kept getting fired for insubordination and getting doing contract jobs. So again, it took away from the attachment. In this film, he didn't even know the other two characters. And of course, the guy who played the black character is replaced with the other guy who was the geeky nerd looking dude with the glasses in the first one was replaced with another geeky white guy who didn't wear glasses. The black guy was replaced with an Asian gay female. Hollywood, baby. Hollywood. Like I said, it was very interesting for the first two acts. I think that final act kind of drug a little bit into the realm of we don't know how to end this thing. Trying to explain to yourself over and over again why you did something is a good reason to say, maybe I shouldn't have done anything. You understand? But there's explosions, there's things that help out Ben Richards. I would love to see Ben Richards do a lot of things that would assist Ben Richards. This film seemed to be consistent on a lot of people helping Ben Richards, more than Ben Richards helping himself. I mean, impossible situations. So I will give the film 2.5 stars out of 4. It's an enjoyable movie. Would I go back to the theater to see it again? Probably not. I'll watch it again on cable and something if it's on television. It's not a bad film. It tried to have a heart and connection. And of course, what would a movie be without a Glenn Powell net nude scene? Forced the nude scene with Glenn Powell, who wants to show everybody he's still worked out, he's still jacked. That just shows you how bad Miles Teller fell off. Miles Teller was set up to be the star in Top Gun Maverick. He was set up to be the main guy next to Tom Cruise. He's Goose's son. But yet, out of the entire movie, all the people wanted to see the guy who was the asshole in the film. Hangman. Hangman's the guy. Hangman saves them. And they missed the point. They missed the point completely. And I remember my mother and them, they went to the bathroom, and the ladies is all in there chatting about Hangman. They like turned into 13-year-olds. Well, the thing is, it was a very patriotic movie. But they decided in Hollywood, screw Miles Teller. This guy's got it. We're going to make him a star. We're going to put him in romantic comedies. We're going to put him in comedies. We're going to put him in action movies. We're going to put him in everything that's moving. So there's two people that do movies now. Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell. And then they put them in a movie together. And I actually like that movie, Anyone But You. But this is the new reality. This is what it is now. All of the movies you see now, this is it. Look. People are just tired and wore down. They don't want to see another time where there's a person trying to hunt down another person and go this extra mile when they feel it's not even necessary. So the overall projection of the film is the imagery was good. Everything was going great in the first the first two acts. The third act, I felt they had problems with. But is it entertaining? Yes. Shot in a very fast pace, Edgar Wright style. But not really an Edgar Wright film. He mostly produced it. And I wasn't enthused by the trailers. And it was better than what I thought it was going to be. I thought this was ridiculous. I'm like, the Running Man got a family now? And it's like, I don't know. So it was up and down. But the secret sauce is the sauce itself. Mm, no. Most people have their own proclivities to it, but you can't. When you do a remake, people say, well, don't look at my other film, just focus on this one. You can't do that. It's always going to be in comparison to, because the other one is a cult classic. So when you have something that is a cult classic, you can't tell the people, hey, don't look at that. Don't compare it to Arnold Schwarzenegger's version. One of the main problems I had, that I'll say it now, then when we do the spoiler review, we'll go through it. They never really identified the hunters, who's hunting them down. Like we had Sub-Zero, Buzzsaw. You know, it gave the characters identities. It was like a video game almost. They had to go through levels. Here they made it more of a movie, and it was just militant guys hunting them down, the hunters. And they just had no identity. And I said that was a mistake, a huge mistake. So, yeah, I was ready to see Buzzsaw. I was ready to get all those guys up and running. Well, we'll see when the chips are down and everything is laid out. We'll see how it turns out. But yeah, that wasn't one has Jesse the Body, the other one doesn't. Yeah, I almost forgot Jesse the Body was in Jim Brown, Dynamo. It's hard to replace a film like that. Dynamo, all he wanted to do is SA people every time he got a chance. He was determined he was getting that chick. He wanted to have fun with her. Then he wanted to have fun with her, and then then take her out. Every time he ran into her twice. The second time, I'm like, how did he get his pants off? He's got his pants off already. Trying to. I'm like, oh man. Dynamo. Well, that reality will always fall on someone else to do that job. It necessarily don't fall on you 100% of the time. There's several different reasons people do things. People do it out of fear, they do it out of a commitment, a blind commitment to themselves, what have you. But overall, we like to be entertained. So when we see an action movie, we want to see a lot of action. There were a lot of lulls in the action when it got to the third act. And in a weird sense, I don't want to tell anything else, but 2.5 stars out of 4 for The Running Man. It's watchable. It's a good movie. It's not a bad movie. It's a good movie. Just could have been a lot better. If I was doing a comparison of this one and the original, I would watch the original in a heartbeat. But it's a good movie. It's watchable and enjoyable. You'll be like, oh, it's a good movie. But nothing you're going to rave about. So, anyway, I'm out. Thank y'all. Don't forget to become a member so you can hear the spoiler reviews, everything else. I'm out.